Hello and welcome to On the Kerbs. I'm your host, Team Albus Daily. Joining me this week is another of Team BRIT's rookie drivers, Anji Silva. We caught up recently to chat about how she got involved with Team BRIT, how much this opportunity to go racing with them means, and much more. So without any more further ado, let's get straight into it, and I hope you enjoy our conversation. Hi Angie, thanks for being here today. First of all, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. So you're one of the latest members of Team BRIT, who just seem to be going through a very aggressive expansion at the moment, which is awesome to see. So obviously they're an all disabled racing team. So the first question is going to be, can you tell us a bit about your disability and how it impacts you?
Yeah, sure thing. So I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at the end of 2018. It changes, I guess, on day to day. So some days I'm stuck in my wheelchair, other days I'm able to walk around, but I always have a walking stick as my aid as well, just because I've got loss of feeling in my left side and more so my left leg. So on we live in England, and unfortunately I flare up in the cold and the rain than I do in the heat. So it's always a little bit temperamental and hit and miss, but I just try and stay as positive as I can and just kind of get on with day to day.
So keep keeping with that Britishness there, just keep calm and carry on.
Yeah, pretty much.
So then, when did you first get into motor racing?
So I was watching a documentary on the TV in around July time last year, and it was about Team BRIT, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, I when I got diagnosed with MS, I was like, okay, no race definitely out of the question. Not that I really thought about it, just because it's a very expensive
Just one
sport.
of those things that's on the list of like, well, I guess not then.
Yeah, pretty much. And then when I saw that it was all disabled drivers, I was like, okay, let me give them an email and see what's going on. And I guess the rest is history after that. So yeah.
I was going to say, kind of segue nicely into the next question, though, because I was going to say, what made you want to join them? But it's kind of they made you want to join them in a way because they got you into motor racing.
Yeah, inclusive as well. And it wasn't like we were segregated from other teams. So depending on which race car you're in different categories, and we're not in a disabled category. We're in a general category with everyone else. So the only difference we have is the way the car is adapted with the steering wheel so that we can actually drive the car rather than using the foot pedals if we can't use it.
So it always helpful to be able to drive the car when you're racing. So
Exactly. Rather than just sitting in it and be like, yep, I can't actually go anywhere now.
just on the start line, we're going to get going in a minute.
Yeah, we will. We'll go. We'll go.
So then how did 2021 go for you with Team BRIT then? So you sent them an email. What was the next thing that kind of happened then?
Then I got invited to a track day just to get a better understanding of it and actually see if I can drive. And it was a couple of months till I actually did the track day just because I had to find the availability as well. And I remember chatting with Dave, and I think with every email at the end, he was always ending it with, I really do hope you can drive. And by the end of I guess our conversation, I was also replying, I kind of hope I can drive as well now. But I did the track day with them, and then the coach Jamie had to wait for feedback on from him to see if I'm good enough to make the team, and um, did another track day down at Donington, and they said if I would like to be a rookie, and I said I would love to.
So you don't need to
So
be asked
yeah,
twice for that one.
no, exactly.
So what have you been doing with the team since then? So you got accepted, then how much have you been going down to visit them a lot, or has it been just kind of on a kind of not race by race basis, but kind of bits here and there?
I would say bits here and there, because I did join around October time, and that's when the last race was. I tried to attend as many of the races as I could, just to kind of show the support there as well. And then just been practicing, not playing as much as I should on the sim, but I will be. I just have difficulties with the controls because when my hands cramp up, I'm like, oh, this is not great.
No.
So I was like, I'd rather save it for the car because I can drive a normal car and my hands don't cramp up as much on the steering wheel. So just I guess just finding what I can do to make myself better, but also the good old thing of finding sponsors as well, which each driver has to do as well. So that's definitely been challenging, but hopefully we'll have a couple of sponsors under our belt by March, April time, which would be amazing.
That'd be great, yeah. And then, I mean, it's one of those things where once you've kind of got that side of things covered, or at least in the process of getting them covered, you can then focus more on the driving side of it without having to worry as much, because you're just like, I can really focus on just nailing it in the car then.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like once the sponsorship is out of the way, that's a big hurdle out the way as well. And then it's also, as much as you have all the team kit as well, you also need your own kit. So it does all add up. So we were working it out, and I was like, oh, okay, we need to start saving as well. And we're also starting a journey on a personal level with the fertility clinic as well, and try for a child as well. So it's like everything is going off, but I mean, I'm looking forward to 2022 holds. Yeah, pretty much, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, no, it's kind of thing you might as well go for it. You've started it now, and just why not?
Exactly that.
Then you're saying you kind of relatively rookie to motorsport as well. Generally, are there kind of any racetracks that you've seen that you would quite like to race on?
For me, it would definitely be the Nürburgring. My wife is she's a very big petrol head as well. So I think that's always been her dream to kind of go over there as well. And we did plan before COVID happened to actually do a drive down there. And we hadn't decided if we wanted to take the car on the track yet, because I was like, we really want to take it on there. I don't know. We can just go and view the track. But I think I would love to actually be able to drive on that. Yeah, just a little bit. But I don't know if I'll take our own cars, because there's a lot of modification to be done. We drive a big 4x4, so it's a very heavy car as well. So I think
would be much quicker. Time, but
yeah, exactly that.
So I'm guessing that it's interesting that you were aware of everything motorsport. If your partner, as you say, was a big motorsport fan, just kind of like living the dream bit now that she's dating or like with a racing driver.
Pretty much. She always says to me that I'm living her dream as well, and I'm like, well, you never know. There might be an opportunity for you as well. Not with Team BRIT, but maybe with another team. But we'll see where we can go with that as well. But she's just happy that I'm able to do something that I guess she also enjoys as well. And whenever we go to track days or at events and stuff, and if she's there, she's always kind of on the sim rig as well. She's definitely a much better sim rig driver than I am. But then she's on the sim rig more than I am, to be fair. I would prefer to just watch and just be in the actual car and drive it.
Yeah, I get that. It's kind of it's a weird one. She's like it's fairly realistic, but you're still not convinced it's the real thing. You'd rather get in and do that properly, because it just feels like you're being more productive.
You're actually driving something. Yeah,
there's real consequences if you muck it up a bit, So you've got to really make sure you're paying attention.
Exactly. Whereas in the sim rig, if you crash the car, it's not the end of the world so much, because you can just kind of restart it again. And I know when I was down at Donington, and I was doing one of the laps, and Jamie, the instructor, was there, and he was like, I hope you don't do that on the track. And I was like, no, I won't be hitting the wall. It'll be fine. But I was just like, whoa, okay. Because it feels as if you are in the car. I don't know if you ever had the experience on our sim rig, but I definitely recommend it. But you can kind of feel all the vibrations on it as well. So I enjoy it to get a feel of the lap before I actually go out on the track and the car itself. So that's why I enjoy kind of going on the sim rig itself. But yeah, I definitely think there's a difference between the actual rig and driving out on the tracks. That other drivers
it's more of a warm up for you, and then get into it properly. Whereas other people would spend a lot more time on it just for whatever reason.
Yeah, just to, I guess, improve their skills as well on it.
Silver lining is at least you're not having to fight anyone over getting onto the sim for more time.
Yes, this is true.
So then, what is actually you saying you didn't think before that motorsport would ever be an option for you? So what does the opportunity with Team BRIT mean to you then?
I would say, I guess kind of what I kind of said earlier as well, that it's showing that they are inclusive of everyone, no matter your disability on there. So I'm just really happy to be a part of the team and actually show that this is something that we can do, and we shouldn't be labelled because we are disabled.
Exactly, and there's such a variety of disabilities as well in the team that kind of it's so great about it as well in a weird. It sounds weird to say, but in terms of I feel like the mechanics and everyone kind of take it as a good challenge then, and then it just makes it even more satisfying when the team has been successful and as successful as they've been so far, because it's just more proof, like you say, that there's no reason why you shouldn't all be there.
Yeah, exactly that. And everyone's disability within the team is all different as well. So it shows that we do have a different level of I guess disability, if I can say that. But it also shows that we do have individuals that are getting podium finishes. I mean, one of the last races that I went to, Chris and Luke were driving, and it was Chris's first race, and he ended up on his first race getting a podium finish, which was fantastic. So I've said to him, "You've definitely set the level." So all of us rookies are like, "We
There's
need
like
to
no
get a
pressure now.
podium finish on our first race." Yeah, pretty much.
It's good to have that competitive atmosphere as well. There, it's friendly, and you're
Yeah,
pushing each other to succeed. Then, because again, it's you're not. I don't know how much you would be anyway necessarily, but you're not focusing on like certain things. You're just like, I'm just going to get my head down and get the job done, and you're just trying to. You can push past the challenges a bit more, maybe.
yeah.
So then, away from racing, what do you like to do?
Um, I'm actually a kind of chill, relaxed person. I just enjoy just pretty much chilling at home with the missus and with our dogs as well, just relaxing with them really. I do like to go out now and again, have a nice meal somewhere, but I'm happy to just kind of just chill and unwind
Have
at
a nice
home
chat.
really.
Well,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that, is there? It's good. It's
No.
too much going on anyway, but lockdown perfect for you then.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't mind it. I mean, I got to the stage where when I because I'm in the extremely vulnerable category, I think that during the first lockdown there was a point in time where I was like, I am done with it. I need to actually see people. I need to at least
Yeah.
go to the supermarket or talk to a cashier or someone. And I literally just like Usher would be working because I was furloughed, and I would literally just lie on the landing and just be like, I'm done. What else can I do? And it was brilliant though, because both of our dogs would just lie on the landing with me, and she would just come out of her meeting and she'll just look and she'll be like, is everything okay? And I'm like,
Yeah, just having
yeah,
some
but
nice
I'm
quality
now,
time with the dogs.
yeah. And just as much as I enjoy the relaxation, there was a level where I was like, no, I need to actually be able to go out as well. But I think it was because you got told that you can't do anything, you can't go anywhere.
And so
That,
as soon as you're told you're not allowed to do something, you want to then do exactly that. So
yeah, always the case.
a couple of fun questions to finish off then. If you
Yeah.
could live in someone else's head for 15 minutes, who would you choose and why?
I would. I was thinking about this, and I was like, whose head can I leave? I was actually thinking the Queen's, if I'm honest, because I'm just curious to see what it is that she does, and also she's got corgis, and I love dogs, so it'll be nice to actually just see how she actually converses with her pups as well.
Just come out of the head, and then they just find the queen just lying on the landing with the two corgis just having a play
Yeah,
about.
yeah, pretty much. They'll be like, okay, what's wrong with her?
Is she all right? No, it's all good. She's
Yeah,
having a break.
yeah.
And then finally, do you have a favourite film?
It's the hard one because there are a lot of good movies, but I'll always go towards Harry Potter because I'm a massive Harry Potter geek. So I would most probably say one of the Harry Potter films.
And so I could be really mean and make you choose one of them, but I think that'd be going too far.
I mean, it would be a cross between probably the third one and the fifth one. So Prisoner of Azkaban
Yeah,
or,
Order of the Phoenix.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
it used to
they're all
be
quality
Goblet of
anyways.
Fire, but yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I think it's a great franchise, and I'm a firm believer for it as well. I mean, if I could be a wizard, it would be amazing.
I don't think there'd be many people out there who disagree with you on that one, to be honest. I think we've all
Yep.
thought that at some point because of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. I want to wish you the best of luck with everything to do with Team Brit for the 2022 season and beyond. And yeah, thanks for coming on.
No worries at all. Thank you for having me, and hopefully we'll see you down at a race day as well, or even a track day.
Probably a race day. I don't know if you want me on a track day yet.
That's fair.
Test me on the sim first. I can break the car apart there, and it won't be fine.
Okay, I'll leave it to you. I trust your instincts.
Thanks again to Angie for coming onto the show, and I wish her the best of luck with Team Brit in 2022. Join me again soon when I'll be chatting to another famous face from the world of motorsport. And in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the other videos on the On the Curbs YouTube channel. and listen to me talk about Formula One amongst other things over on the Undercut podcast, also available on YouTube. Away from YouTube, you can follow me over on Instagram at t.albers.daily.drivetribe. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next week for the next episode.